What if there were a dragonfly that changed color, depending on the words it heard? At the end of this story, you'll discover a moral you'll never forget. In the village of silence lived Ziléa, a dragonfly with crystal wings that shimmered in thousands of colors according to the emotions she sensed in sounds. If someone said something kind, her wings turned golden. If she heard shouting, they turned gray. But red meant lies. No one knew, but Ziléa could even hear the softest thoughts, and with them, her body reacted like an invisible mirror. One day, Brundo arrived, a bat with no memory who only spoke in echoes. He repeated what he heard, without understanding what he said. At first, Ziléa avoided him. The repeated words confused her, and her wings changed color nonstop, as if she felt 1,000 things at once. But one sunset, Brundo repeated something he had heard in a dream. "You are the light that guides those who forgot how to fly." Ziléa's wings lit up in a bright blue shade that had never appeared before. It was the color of hope. From then on, she decided to accompany Brundo every night. He repeated phrases gathered in his flights, and she interpreted them with her colors. They discovered that some villagers said lovely things in whispers, but in public were cold and harsh. That stained Ziléa's wings in orange tones. One day, Brundo repeated something chilling. "The village will fall silent forever if someone discovers the truth." Ziléa trembled. Her wings turned black. That night, they flew to the Echo Mountain. There, old words floated like leaves. Ziléa heard a truth hidden for years. The village was under a spell that silenced hearts when they felt fear. Only a pure voice could break it. Brundo had no memory, but his voice was clean. He had never lied, because he had never invented a single word. Ziléa looked at him tenderly. "You are the key," she whispered. Her wings now shone in a pure white never seen before. But there was a problem. To break the spell, Brundo had to speak his own words, not repeat those of others. When he tried, his voice vanished like smoke. He tried to form sentences, but fear made him stutter, and nothing came out right. Ziléa decided to teach him. Every day, she brought new words: joy, courage, tenderness. He repeated them until he felt they were his. Weeks passed. One night, while the sky cried shooting stars, Brundo raised his voice and said something he had never said before. "I'm scared, but with you, I can fly without closing my eyes." Ziléa's wings exploded into 1,000 colors at once, like fireworks. In that instant, a tremor swept through the village of silence. The rooftops vibrated, and the trees whispered their first words. The villagers began to speak again, but this time carefully, truthfully. The spell had been broken. Brundo could now remember, not everything, but what he felt, and that was enough. He was no longer just an echo. He was someone whole. Ziléa flew joyfully. Her body changed less often now, not because she didn't feel, but because the world spoke with more harmony. But one day, a stranger arrived. He brought empty words, and everyone praised him. Ziléa's wings darkened again. "Listen with your heart, not just your ears," she said. But few believed her. The red returned, like an old enemy. Brundo climbed a tower and spoke with strength. "Don't repeat what you don't understand. Ask, listen, then speak." The silence was deep. Then, one by one, the villagers began to say what they truly felt. Ziléa's wings began to shine again. The village of silence was no longer mute or noisy. It was wise. They learned that the loudest sound is not always the truest. And Ziléa, with Brundo by her side, still changed colors. But now, she did it with joy, not warning. Moral: listening with your heart and speaking with truth transforms the world more than any shout or lie disguised as applause. See you very soon with more magical stories that will make your imagination fly and touch your heart in every adventure.